You see, during Jim Crow, the black family was together. During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative. Black people have always been conservative minded, but black people voted conservatively.
Frankly, what's really happened is that you have, Democrats and you have the Biden campaign, and some in the media want to twist my words for political purposes. The overarching issue is talking just about black families and why you're seeing a trend of black people leaning towards Republicans in this election cycle and probably in election cycles to come.
In fact, you said Jim Crow 3 times for emphasis. It wasn't the media or the Democrats or gaslighters who brought up Jim Crow. It was you. You brought up Jim Crow. You did that. No one else did that. You did it.
Oh, I did. We were having a conversation just talking as, black people in Philadelphia.
Look, you and I had mutual friends. People say you're a straight shooter.
Yes.
We may disagree on politics. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. But look, you were born in Brooklyn. You went down into the South, went to Florida State. You have an interracial marriage. You're the congressman of a district that's not a black district. I mean, how can you even live with yourself acting like Jim Crow was a good era or better era for blacks? What happened to you?
Okay, that's real cute. That's real cute. I did not say that. And I'm not going to sit here and have to insinuate that against you. Because right now you're lying about what I said. I did say Jim Crow. I did reference it 3 times. That's not to say that it was better. I never said that. Those words never came out of my mouth. When are you going to get that through your skull and everybody else's skull? I never said that.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate, enslave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil, chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk a doubter, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
What's good, my people? It's your boy Killer for real. Never disingenuous. Never a need to question my authenticity. As I put down my big, tall, cold cup of Coca-Cola to talk to you. Oh, by the way, here's something that I have to question. And fuck you environmentalists that actually think that this is somehow sane. Years ago, the cups were paper, the straws were plastic. Straw, less material required to make a straw than a cup. Can we agree on that? If plastic is so harmful, why are they using the plastic to make the bigger thing now? And using paper to make the smaller thing. What kind of shitload of shit is that? It's like, and look, I go to put the straw back in. Look how fucked up that is. Look at that. By the time I take another sip of this shit, whatever liquid's in there is gonna ruin the straw. Fuck you, Green New Deal motherfuckers for that. But anyway, let's get into this now. Florida Congressman Byron Donalds is being grilled by Reid. He's being grilled by the Charlatan Sharpton. And why? Because he was talking about black people and black families. Because as you know, that honky's got no right to talk about black people. He should stick to his own race and not talk about black people, that honky, right? So, what they're trying to say is that when he made a reference to families being together in a certain period of time, and he wanted to mention a time frame when this took place, just so people could have a reference of when this was going on, when these families were getting together, couples were getting together, getting married, getting into marriage ceremonies, starting families, staying together, the father staying in the home up until his dying day. More of that was commonplace during a certain period of time, and to put a reference in people's heads of what was going on in history around the same time, he made a reference to Jim Crow. Now, because he said the words Jim Crow 3 times, I guess like Beetlejuice or something like that, you say it 3 times and, somebody named Jim Crow pops up in a striped suit, like either Beetlejuice or whoever the fuck that nobody was that grinded up on Miley Cyrus's ass.
I've been trying to get to you for a long time, 'cause constantly you've been on my mind. I was thinking about a shortcut I could take, but it seems like I made a mistake. But I was wrong, it took too long. I got caught in the rush hour. Fella started to shower you with love and affection. Now you won't look in my direction.
Not the name will come to mind. But anyway, you get the point. So, because he mentioned the words Jim Crow, that's like a sacrilege. Ah! I'm triggered! It's like, get a tougher skin. You fucking wusses. Stop being so triggered over things. Quit your belly aching. The man is articulating a point very intelligently, mind you. And the people on the left, like Joy Reid, like Al Sharpton, they're trying to say that Byron Donalds is trying to sell off Jim Crow as if it was a good thing for black people. Like, y'all boys wasn't civilized enough until the white man came and imposed himself upon ye. That's what these race baiters are trying to claim came out of the mouth of Byron Donalds. Nothing of the sort. He said during this period, he's not saying because of Jim Crow, black people were better off. He said that during Jim Crow, in other words, in spite of Jim Crow. He probably should have worded it like that. Instead of saying during Jim Crow, he should have said in spite of Jim Crow, this black families managed to stay together in the face of Jim Crow. In spite of this, they managed to stick together. The men stayed as part of the family. They went out, they worked, they came home, brought home the bacon. The mother stayed back at home, looked after the children. As the children grew up, they had a father figure in the house to teach them right from wrong. And there was a balance in the house of both parents. And men aren't better than women. Women aren't better than men. They are equally important at their respective, very much different roles. And I don't care who finds that divisive. I don't care who's triggered by it. It is what it is. And if you understand this, If you understand this, even if you're afraid to communicate it, if you understand it and apply it, your life will work. You'll be able to raise a family. But, you know, you gotta have a partner on board. And know that just like in a baseball game, you can't make the first baseman do what the third baseman's doing. You can't make the third baseman do what the shortstop's doing or the second baseman. You can't make the second baseman do what the pitcher's doing. You can't make the catcher do what the center fielder's doing. But you can't take the center fielder off the field altogether and work with only 2 outfielders. You can't take the catcher out from behind home plate and have the pitcher throw it at the umpire's balls. You know what I'm saying? Each role is important. So, marriage is a 2-person team, and each role different but important. And yes, during a time frame when Jim Crow also coincidentally happened to be taking place, black couples understood that and what their role was respectively when raising a family. That's what Byron Donalds was talking about. But they're making it sound like, oh yes sir, Massa Jim Crow was real good to me. That's what they're making it sound like. And he said nothing of the sort. They're putting words in his mouth. They are blatantly lying. But we know what it is. We know what it is. All I could say is respect God. Watch out for the Illuminati. Follow and share my content. Share it whether you like it or not. Get a conversation going with your buddies about me. Stay strong. Keep kicking that slang. It's your boy in the building. Recording engineer. Hip-hop legend. Underground rock and roll hero. Killer for real. And life coach. MC Too Tall. Make America great again.